Oh, Jamar Chase with the dive. Because Garrett Wilson's wide open. Garrett Wilson, touchdown Barrett. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video in the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Dallas Cowboys all-decade rebuild here on Madden 23. That is right, we return, and we are in the final week of the regular season. Season 1 is about to wrap up when we take on the Washington Commanders in the final game. We are 15-1 on the year, a guaranteed lock for the 1 seed. I think, in fact, we've already locked it all up, so that's a W. We're not going to have to play in the wild card. We'll have our bye. So next episode will be the divisional round against whoever wins their wild card matchups. I have no idea who's even in the wild card. I have a good feeling that we can take this team all the way to the Super Bowl. The only thing holding us back is me, because I tend to throw a lot of interceptions. Now, I have cut that down in the past couple episodes. I don't even think I threw an interception last episode with Patrick Mahomes. I think I had a great game. I mean, we beat the Titans 35-17, and I don't think I threw an interception in that game, so maybe I'm starting to turn it around. I don't know. We can't jinx anything just yet, because who knows, any game could be disastrous where I just throw 17,000 interceptions. That's also a very good possibility, but it is week 18, final week of the season. I'm super excited. Let's get into it. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Let's do it. Here we are. It is a week 18, like I mentioned. We are on the road at FedEx Field to take on the Commanders. If we take a look at the standings, we have, in fact, clinched the entirety of the NFC. The Cardinals were chasing us, but I think they lost last episode, and that's why they can't catch us anymore. So us being 15-1 is a very good thing. I'm super happy about it. We do have a lot of players that are ready to negotiate. We've talked about this in the past, but I don't think that there's anybody here that we absolutely need to bring back. All these guys are replaceable. All these guys are expendable. We can sign Thomas Morstead. You know what? I could give a contract to Thomas Morstead because we do need a punter, even though technically we don't punt the football on this channel. It would be nice to have a punter on the roster just to fill out a spot, just in case those rare occasions where we do have to punt for strategic reasons. Strategery. So with that being done, we could maybe bring back Miles Bryant on a super cheap deal just to be a body at corner. I don't know. We'll have to figure all that out. Bobby McCain, I don't know. Jason Peters is probably going to get traded at the end of the season or in the offseason, so we'll have to decide on that. I don't know. A lot of those guys we can just replace with other random people. Weekly strategy against the Commanders. We've played them before. They have RG3. We knew that. They also have CJ2K. Chris Johnson's here. We're going to have to defend. Ooh, Robert tends to throw the medium pass and short pass. Okay, very interesting. We'll defend the medium pass like they're saying. If we have to change, obviously we can. Our offensive game plan will be to throw it short. They have Eric Berry and Justin Houston. Then we will go for our typical pass two-plus passing touchdowns. It looks like Ray Lewis is pretty close to an upgrade point, but I don't think he'll get there this episode. He might get there for the playoffs. Other than upgrades, I think the only thing we can ask for is just a clean bill of health. I don't think we really need anything crazy. In fact, let me check the injury report, see what's going on. We still have Blake Jarwin, who will be back for the divisional round, so that's good, but that doesn't really matter. He's a third-string tight end. But it does help having an extra capable catcher on the offense. Let's take one final look at what the Commanders are working with, since it's been a few episodes since we actually played them. And let's see what they got. They got Robert Griffin III, RG3 is their quarterback. We knew that with Bailey Zappi. Zappi Hour is the backup. Chris Johnson, the running back, with Lamar Miller, Royce Freeman as the running backs, the backups to CJ. Then you got Brandon Cooks, Calvin Ridley, Jeremy Maclin. I remember this receiving core. I certainly remember these top three. They're very, very solid. Very, very fast, too. We're going to have some problems with that. Van Jefferson, Nate Washington, Alec Pierce as well. Tight ends, Gerald Everett, Eric Ebron, Daniel Bellinger. That's a solid tight end core. Very impressive. This team's pretty good. They've got 10 wins so far, and I'm assuming they're going to make the playoffs. I didn't really check. Laramie Tunsil on the offensive line, with John Simpson, Alex Mack, Jonah Jackson, and Garrett Bowles to fill out the line. Kind of up and down. Their left guard's pretty weak. Their right tackle's kind of weak in terms of overall, not in terms of like name brand, but we'll have to figure it out. We tend to get decent pressure. Joey Bosa's on the left end with Calais Campbell on the right end, and Sheldon Richardson and Kyle Williams in the middle. That's a really good defensive line. Justin Houston, we know, is the outside linebacker on the left side. He's got an X factor. He's amazing. Then they got Fred Warner in the middle and Ryan Kerrigan on the right side. So that is an elite, absolutely elite linebacking core. Corners, Marshawn Lattimore, Amani Oruwariye, CJ Henderson, Christian Fulton, Anthony Brown. Not a great cornerback room. Lattimore is obviously really good. Oruwariye is pretty good. And then nothing really else after that. Kenny Vaccaro is the free safety. Eric Berry is the strong safety. Harrison Butker and Johnny Hecker are your kicker punter. So this Washington team is pretty good. We beat them earlier in the season, but they have a pretty good defense, especially that linebacking core. That is a scary linebacking core with Houston, Fred Warner, and Ryan Kerrigan. That's pretty fast, pretty athletic, pretty good linebacking core, but they have lost 6 games, so they are beatable. They do have weaknesses. And if we take a look, are they in the playoffs? They are. Yes, they are. They are right where my camera is right now. They're playing the Carolina Panthers. Panthers are the 4 seed. Commanders are the 5 seed. So they do have something at stake. Are they clinched? I don't think they were. Let's check really quickly. They are clinched for at least a playoff spot. But the Panthers are not. The Panthers are not. So if the Panthers lose, anything could happen. The Bears could jump in there. The Bucks could jump in there. I guess no. The Bears can't jump in because it's whoever wins the division, right? Yeah. So nobody's won the NFC South yet. So it could be the Panthers or it could be the Bucks. I guess the Falcons are in contention too. I guess I don't really know what the tiebreakers would be. I'm assuming it's going to be either one of these teams that wins the division. So they're pretty much a lock. The Bears might jump in as a late seed. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see how the playoffs unfold. So we don't really have to care about it because we got to bye. We're the number 1 seed. We just got to go in here, and I guess we could lose. It doesn't really matter because we're not going to lose the 1 seed on this game. But I don't want to lose. I want to have a 16-1 record. I want to go into the playoffs on a hot streak, and I want to go into the playoffs and dominate whoever we play. So that is the goal. Let's see if we can go accomplish that and not throw any interceptions. Hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Let's go play the Cammies. The who? I meant to say the Commies. That's funny. The Cammies. Let's go play the Cammies.
It's Madden NFL 23 on EA Sports. And coming up, it's the Commanders' leader at quarterback, as he's gone over 4,000 yards passing now for the year. It's the Commanders and the Cowboys. All that and more coming up next.
We are just inside the Broadway, about 10 miles east of the Capitol Dome as we come to you from FedEx Field here in Landover. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at our visitors coming into play here. They know coming in they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is now one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays. Anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. It is time. Final game of the regular season is about to be underway. We've already locked up everything we need to lock up, so if we have a good day, we might as well just bench all of our stars. We don't need any crazy freak injuries like Adrian Peterson getting hurt. He's already locked up, and he's already gotten himself the record for rushing yards in a season, so he's already the all-time leading rusher. So it's not like he needs to fight for anything. Mahomes doesn't need to fight for anything. We don't need him to get a freak injury. Aaron Donald, we don't need to have a freak injury. So we might be able to see a lot of backups as long as everything goes according to plan today. And I still want to win, so I'm still going to keep those starters in to make sure that we have a win. I guess we could try and trust our secondary guys, our backups, but I don't really want to do that too much. You saw what happened when we had to trust our backup offensive lineman, and we could barely run the football with Adrian Peterson. Jonah Jackson picking up an injury. See, this is what I'm talking about. Even though it's not for our team, offensive linemen could get hurt at any moment. Anybody could get hurt off the ball. That happens all the time in this game, so literally anything could happen in terms of injuries. So we want to play it as safe as possible. Make sure we don't have any freak injuries headed into the playoffs. But we do also have to contain Chris Johnson. He is a menace to society. We will have to try and battle him. I don't remember how the game went the first matchup. I don't remember if I know we contained him pretty decently. I don't remember him having a huge game, but I can't remember if he did like 100 yards or what he had. That should have easily been a pick. For some reason, Patrick Willis like turned the wrong way and like waved his hand at the ball instead of intercepting it. I guess it was a bad angle for him to try to pick it off and get both his hands around it, but he could at least knocked it on the ground. That's going to be incomplete. RG3 had some pressure in his face. Overthrew CJ. 2nd down and 10 from the 37. Quick throw on the slant. It's going to be caught. He gets tripped but stays up on his feet. Is that Macklin who did that? No, it is Cooks, Brandon Cooks, who stayed up on his feet after that. That was a good throw from RG3, and the Commanders are moving down the field. It's getting pretty scary. Palomalu, along with Terrell Suggs, wraps up Johnson so he can't go too far. And they're wasting a lot of time in the first quarter, taking a lot of time off the clock. That's good for us, I guess, because it quickens the game. That's going to be caught. Gerald Everett, the starting tight end, catches that one. It's 3rd and 3. If we can hold him to a field goal opportunity, that'd be awesome. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. We'll blitz the linebackers, and even Chris Johnson gave us an opportunity to stop that run behind the line of scrimmage. Unfortunately, even with the blitz, it doesn't work out, and we have to go from the 2-yard line, 1st and goal. That's a quick throw, caught, touchdown Commanders. They take the opening kickoff and drive down the field very efficiently and very dominantly and take the lead at home. That is a scary thing because we could not stop them for anything. They did whatever they wanted against us on that first possession. Okay. I don't remember that being so difficult in the first game we played against them, but that's been a while. Maybe I forget. Maybe it was a little bit more of a competition than I remember. But we've also grown as a team. We're better, I feel like. We also utilize Adrian Peterson more than we did early in the season. So we've got our advantages. But we also have our disadvantages, mainly me as a disadvantage. We got 3 minutes on the clock in the first quarter, but we're going to get behind Adrian Peterson, and we're going to ride our all-time leading rusher and see where we can go. Didn't go very far on that one. 2nd down and 8. Come on, offensive line. Give me one quick block. There it is. That's the block I was looking for. Adrian Peterson could not get sticky with the controls there, but Peterson does get a huge gain. That's what you love to see. That was a good block. I needed a good block, and I got one, especially from the wide receivers down the field in the 2nd level. That's going to be Peterson falling forward. Good job. So he's got 3 carries, 23 yards. Looking pretty solid. Go right back to it. Why not? Why go away from it when we've been efficient? Peterson will get the 1st down. Broke a tackle, too. Good job, AP. And now we'll call a pass play because they're going to be expecting a run. Ooh, Calvin Johnson's like underneath. Very interesting. I might have to take that. That's too enticing. And Megatron will take it for a 1st down. Anything to help get Gambit activated is always useful. I knew they wouldn't be expecting the pass. First down for the Cowboys. We are going to drain this clock to the end of the first quarter, I would assume. Peterson cuts it back up the middle of the field, gets to the 29-yard line. All right, second down and 5. They're starting to load the box a little bit more. They're getting a little worried that we're moving the ball too efficiently on the ground. And that's going to be continuing with the great runs, and that's going to end the first quarter as well. So we will end the first quarter driving into Commanders territory. We're looking pretty good. We are looking pretty good. If we can drain a little bit more clock than like 2 minutes or something, we can drain some good clock off this second quarter clock, then because we get the ball to start the second half. So if we could take a little bit of time off, that'd be awesome as well. I don't think we will be able to, especially with the loss there. Gronk's going to be underneath. Calvin's running to the sideline. Do I just go underneath? No, I take Peterson wide open. I guess I did go underneath after all, but it was Peterson out of the backfield. He was wide open. He gets a huge play, and we'll go right back to him. Ooh, Fred Warner's showing blitz. Is he going to commit to it? He won't. He'll drop back, which gives Peterson a little bit of space. Didn't really have a burst like I was wanting. I wanted him to have a burst of acceleration. Didn't really have that. This could be Julio, or it could be Gronkowski. It's Julio. Go Julio. Touch. I screwed it up. I think he would have caught it if I didn't affect it. But when I turned into him, it must have messed him up somehow. That was a touchdown guaranteed. This one's a touchdown guaranteed. It's Calvin Johnson instead of Julio. No, it's Julio instead of Calvin Johnson. So Julio does, in fact, get his touchdown after all. And we do tie this game back up. Vinatieri will put it through. We didn't take as much time off as I may have wanted, but it's still solid. Still a very solid amount of time off the clock. Now, we need to shut down this Commanders offense. I don't really want them to, every single drive, think they're going to just walk up and down on us. I don't want that to happen at all. Good tackle by Antonio Gates there. Come on, boys. Let's play some good defense. Let's tackle well. Let's play solid coverage. Make sure that these Commanders cannot find any open space. I don't want any separation. Aaron Donald got some pressure. Peterson! How in the world did he pick that off? Or did he catch that? Unnecessary roughness on Troy Polamalu. What? Unnecessary what? I've never seen that kind of call. I mean, I've seen unnecessary roughness in the game before, but I've never seen it on this kind of play. So he catches it unbelievably. Who is this receiver? Who is this? Is this... That's Macklin. Jeremy Macklin with a huge catch. I thought I was going to pick that off with Peterson. I got behind him instead of in front of him. He makes a crazy catch. But how is that unnecessary roughness? He was going to... yes, he might have been going out of bounds, but the way that his body looks here... I can't move forward, by the way. That's as far as I can go. Great game. So, the way that Macklin's body looks, yeah, his foot's out of bounds, but he looks like he's going to try to turn up the field. Maybe he doesn't realize his foot's out of bounds. I don't know how this is unnecessary roughness. We can't find out because we can't see the play, the finish of the play, but whatever. They bail out the Commanders with a call there. I guess I shouldn't say a bailout because they got a huge catch. They just give him extra yards. Donald can't bring him down, but it will be Terrell Suggs and Dietrich Wise. Lose a yard on that one. Let's not have that again. Let's not have an unnecessary roughness call. That's going to be caught. Broken tackle. Ridley goes down after fighting for an extra yard or two. And it's 3rd and 7. They're in field goal range. They have a pretty solid kicker in Harrison Bucker. But it's 3rd and 7. We really would use... I could really use a field goal instead of a first down. That's going to be caught. No, he didn't catch it. I thought for sure that was a guaranteed first down. How did he not get his feet down? Who is this? Is this Gerald Everett? It is. Gerald Everett, 1 foot, but he takes such a huge stride. Just drag your foot, my guy. It's almost on the ground. Just step down with the right foot. He took such a long stride, and when you come down, you're out of bounds. Unbelievable. I thought for sure that was a guaranteed first down. So the Commanders got a call, and we get lucky ourselves with a beautiful misstep by Gerald Everett. Bucker does nail the field goal. That would have been good for maybe 50. That was right down the middle. But that's okay. It's very okay. Because we showed that we can at least stop the Commanders somewhat. And they haven't shown on our first drive that they could stop us. We'll see how it happens on the second drive. We got 4 minutes to score. If we can score... Sean Jackson fumbles in the kick return. Commanders have the ball and all the momentum. That blows. What I was trying to say during that kick return was, if we can score with little time on the clock and then stop the Commanders from scoring before halftime, then we get the ball, we score again. We've completely flipped the momentum and flipped the game. Flip. But now they have a 10-7 lead. We give them the ball immediately back, and they have a chance in scoring position immediately to score again and flip the game for them. So this is the worst case scenario right now. It's 3rd and 2. Please stop them. Incomplete pass. Something. Knock it down. You gotta stop that. You cannot let him box you out like that, Peterson. Come on. First down for the Commanders. It feels so unstoppable that they're gonna score here. It's almost a guarantee that they are going to. I lost the tackle battle. No surprise there. Will they get another playoff before the 2-minute warning? They will not. That was a crazy accelerated clock there. And it's the 2-minute warning. So there's 2 minutes remaining in the half. If they go up 17-7, it's going to be so hard to try to get momentum back. You know how hard it is for momentum to change. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Calvin Ridley. Touchdown, Commanders. 17-7. This is out of control. Deshaun Jackson, why did you have to fumble? Ugh. That could be a killer. That could be a game killer that Deshaun Jackson fumbled right there. Unbelievable. He rarely ever fumbles on kick returns. He just got hit hard in the wrong spot, I guess, the wrong time. And he won't even get a chance to redeem himself here. That goes out of bounds. So now it's almost an emergency. Like it's a certainty that we have to score here. Because if we go into the half down 17-7, that is probably impossible to try to build back from in one half of football, especially the way the Commanders' offense has been going. We haven't been able to stop it really. So this is a must-score situation for us. We're going to check this down to Peterson. We still got time in all of our timeouts, so we don't have to worry about the clock just yet. A friendly accelerated clock, 2nd and 1. Just check it down to Peterson again. Gronk I probably could have hit, but it's fine with Peterson. We'll accelerate, or we'll run again, and this time we'll go with a little dig return. Because that should allow for Julio to be open. I wasn't sure what his route was, if we're being honest. And now we'll call our first timeout. We don't want to waste, or we don't want to score with too much time on the clock, because then we give the Commanders a chance to score themselves. I don't want that. Although, press coverage, you know how I feel about press coverage. I got to step up in this pocket. I had no chance. I wasn't going to be able to run up the middle. 31 seconds. Do I believe in Rob Gronkowski? He dropped it, Rob. That is a stupid animation. You make that catch 100 times out of 100. That is a dumb animation. We need a touchdown here. We cannot go into this halftime locker room with a field goal. That's a big Julio Jones first down. Call our timeout. We have 19 seconds and a timeout remaining. That's a big catch. I threw that before he even made his cut. That's a big catch. We have 19 seconds and a timeout. I can't really afford to check down, but I have to. There's Calvin. Just go down, Calvin. We'll use our last timeout. That might be a bad idea. But also might be a really good idea. I'm going to look at Julio and Gronkowski. Both of those are my primary targets. Julio's the one that won. Julio wins. Touchdown, Cowboys. We went down the field so quickly on that one. Woo. We needed to. That was a big touchdown drive. And we get the ball to start the second half. That could change the momentum back in our favor. That could really change the momentum back. That is exactly what we needed. Given the scenario where the Commanders went up 17-7, this is exactly the kind of situation we needed. We could not end the half on a field goal. I want to take the lead instead of just tying the game. But instead, he's going to slip up. Oh my God, thank God for the trip up. He would have scored on that kick return. That would have been unbelievably upsetting if he would have scored on that. If he doesn't get tripped up there, he probably does score. One play in the half remaining. Griffin, how far can he throw it? Not to the end zone, but good enough. It's in there. It's picked off Earl Thomas. Unnecessary pickup. Thank God it didn't go in the end zone. That was an unnecessary interception, but Acrobat played a huge part in that. And we will go into halftime down by 3. Okay. We are going to have to stop the short pass because they are bleeding us with the short pass. And we go into halftime locker room down by 3, getting the ball to start the second half. Deshaun, I'm trusting you. You're going to take this out. Do not fumble this football. If you give this back to the Commanders, it would completely decimate our momentum. Okay. Let's get back to what made us good in the first quarter, which was running the ball with Peterson. If we do that and we do it efficiently and effectively, we can go right down the field like we did in the first quarter on that first drive, and we can punch this ball in and score. It ain't no thing. Peterson still kind of up. Now he goes down. Oh, I did not think that this was going to be as crazy of a game as it has become. I thought we'd have a little bit more control, but this Commanders offense, I really hope that we don't face the Commanders in the playoffs because the playoffs are a different animal. If they get a hold of one in the playoffs, they could easily knock us out. That's going to be Gronkowski. He's going to lose yardage on the play because that's just what happens on that kind of route. I believe in... Oh, my God, that should have been picked off. It punched out Peanut Tillman! The Peanut Tillman punch out. So instead of it being intercepted, which I thought it was going to be, it probably should have been, to be fair. Maybe that's just Madden making up for a mistake on their own part. That should have easily been picked off by Fred Warner. He doesn't pick it off. It goes over his head. Julio gets it. But then who comes in and punches this ball out? It is Eric Berry. He comes in and Peanut Tillman's the crap out of that football, punches it out, and the Commanders have it. So we have had 2 crucial fumbles in this game so far that could give the Commanders the win. Sloppy play. Pick that off. Sloppy play from the Cowboys in Week 18. Maybe they're a little stagnant. They're a little stale because they know they've got everything locked up. There's nothing really to play for. Yeah, this is a rivalry game, but still. Is that Jeremy Maclin who just mossed me even though it was out of bounds? That was crazy. I'm not sure what the reason is why we're playing so sloppy, but it's happening. That's going to be... How did he catch that? Patrick Willis was running with him. Calvin Ridley, good hands, holds on to the football, and the Commanders get another 3rd down conversion. We cannot force a 4th down. Oh, that's going to be a design quarterback run. It's a quarterback keeper. You got to hit him harder than that. I tried my best. The way that he like juked and did his little motion stuff there forced me to not be able to have a big enough hit on him. It was a design quarterback run, and it worked to perfection, getting them at least 10 yards. It's another handoff to Johnson. He gets to the edge. He's going to have it. No, Earl Thomas saved a touchdown. We did not seal the edge very well, and this is what I'm talking about. We cannot stop this Commanders offense for some reason. They are so efficient, so effective right now. And we've been giving them this win with huge, costly turnovers. The Deshaun Jackson fumble and the Julio Jones fumble. Costly turnover after costly turnover. It's not even been me this time. Usually when it's a costly turnover, it's an interception that I throw. But it has not even been me this time. That's crazy. I'd rather it be me so I could be mad at myself. But instead, I'm mad at the freaking... game because it's a horribly made game and there's fumbles, but we do hold on the 3rd down. Are they going to kick the field goal to go up 20-14? They're going to go for it on 4th down from the 2. This is a huge play. I kind of want to say just back off in zone. It's going to be caught. He stopped. That's a touchdown. That was a ballsy call. Yeah, it was from the 2, but on 4th down, only up by 3, that was a ballsy call. That takes a lot of cojones. And it's 24-14. We need to score. No fumbles, man. We had the momentum on our side at the start of the half, and we lost it with the fumble. And we could not stop this Commanders defense for anything. I don't know, or this Commanders offense for anything. I don't know what has happened here, why they're so good. We cannot have any turnovers, boys. Turnovers are not our friend. That's going to have to go check down. Deshaun Jackson got around Warner. That was a good catch. I haven't even made that many mistakes today, which is what kills me. I'd rather it be my fault that we're going to lose this game instead of just stupid fumbles. 4 verticals. Adrian Peterson's been huge on those little checkdowns, and he will be continue to be huge here. So he gets another one. 157 yards, 2 touchdowns for Mahomes. He's had a good day. Can't say the same for the receiving core. 5 catches, 49 yards for Peterson. He's been my safety blanket today. And it looks like we're not going to be able to run the football anymore today. That's just great, because the one thing that we're super good at is running the football. So, of course, we won't be able to do that. We kind of need to score, like, super quickly. But who knows what's going to happen. That's a good throw from Mahomes. Could have been a little stronger, a little harder thrown, but it gets there no matter, or it gets there anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Let's give that to Gronkowski. He holds on, falls forward, end of the quarter. Not ideal. I kind of wanted to score before the third quarter was over, because the Commanders have taken a lot of time off the clock before, so I don't really want them to do that again. I can't change the play. There we go. I think I motioned Julio on accident. Give this to Peterson. Get the first down, Adrian. He didn't get it. He stopped short. I got stuck behind Marcel Reese because he got stuck behind the offensive lineman. I couldn't do much. I got kind of sucked into, oh, they gave me the first down. There's no way I got that. There's no way I got that first down. But whatever, I'll take it. Not going to complain. Calvin drops the pass. I probably should have just trusted my hot route and gave it to Gronkowski there. We need to score. We need to score. Somehow Fred Warner has his X Factor lit up. Don't know how that happened. I don't know what his X Factor is. I should probably check that out. Is it Avalanche? What is it? Not Avalanche. What is it? It is... Oh, it's Zone Hawk. That's not good. That's going to be caught. It's Calvin Johnson. Get in the end zone, Calvin. He couldn't do it. He's at the 1. First and goal from the 1. Hand this off to Peterson and let him score. Adrian Peterson scores a touchdown. We're down by 3. Well, 4 right now. Gotta nail this extra point to make sure that all we need is a field goal. Okay. It's still in reach. We've got to have our best defensive drive of the season if we want to have any chance to tie this game or even win it. Come on, defense. You've played so well all season. Why now? Why are we choosing now? I mean, it's not like I'm bringing up the drama like it's we lose and we're not making the playoffs. We already clinched the 1 seed. We have nothing to lose here, except for a loss on our record, which would hurt it a little bit. It'd just make it look a little worse. But I mean, it's not like if we lose this game, we don't make the playoffs. So it's not the end of the world if we lose. I just don't want to have a 2-loss record. I want to have 16-1, not 15-2. We're gonna find out though. Commanders, RG3 gives it to the tight end, Everett, and he fights forward. That was a good broken tackle there. He really needed that. It's 3rd and 4. Is this a handoff to CJ? This very well could be a handoff to CJ 2K. It won't be. It'll be a pass from Griffin. RG3. It'll be a check down to CJ in the flat. He didn't get anything. It's a 3 and out for the Commanders. That was the biggest drive of the season for the defense. Come on, Deshaun. Do not fumble this ball. Just go down. Thank you. That's good. Okay, boys. It's go time. This is now or never. This is why you pay the big bucks for a big-time quarterback like Patrick Mahomes and a big-time running back like Adrian Peterson. 79 yards on 15 carries. We have a big-legged kicker in Adam Vinatieri, so I feel confident in hitting 50-yarders. But I don't want to tie this game. I want to win this game, or at least take the lead. Another good run by Peterson. 2nd down and 3. Very manageable 2nd down. You love to have that kind of manageable down. Hand this off. Peterson's got some space. Adrian Peterson down the field. Touchdown, Cowboys. What blocking from the offensive line. Wow, the blocks from the offensive line and the burst of speed from Adrian Peterson. He doesn't usually have the speed burst like that, but he took it to the house. Did we score too early, though? That is a big question that we're going to have to answer here. Great blocks. Sets up the middle right there. The gap is huge. Kyle Long comes up and blocks Fred Warner, and then usually when stuff like this happens and I make a cut like this, usually what Madden does is makes you trip on your offensive lineman's leg. I'm glad that Peterson doesn't do that, and then he has enough speed to break away at Adrian Peterson. Yes, sir. Touchdown, Cowboys. But did we score too quick? Did we score a little bit too quick? I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see how the Commanders do it. But that's a pretty solid thumbnail right there. Look at that bad boy. Did we score too quick for the Commanders? If we can nail this extra point, which we will, yes we will, it's a touchdown game. And by what I mean by that is it's a 4-point game, so they have to score a touchdown if they want to take the lead. A field goal does nothing. With 3:52 to go and all of their timeouts, what will the Commanders be able to do? It's touchdown or bust. We have all the momentum, and we just forced a 3-and-out on their last drive. So I'd say that they are in a little bit of panic mode. We'll see what the AI tends to do here. Griffin will throw. He will have a good one, but it's knocked incomplete. Is that that was Jimmy, right? Jimmy Smith? I think that was Smith who knocked that down. It would have been awesome if he picked it off. That's okay. 2nd down. It's going to be caught. Knock him down. Good job. Did he get the first down? 3rd and inches. 3rd and inches. Nobody's in the backfield, so it's a guaranteed pass. I guess it could be a quarterback run. It's going to be throw to the side. He got the foot down. Little toe drag swag action there. Calvin Ridley getting the toe down. That's crazy. What a catch. Fresh set of downs for the Commanders. I really wish they would take their time. That's going to be a deep throw. It's picked off Patrick Peterson. Yes! Patrick Peterson intercepts Robert Griffin III. What were they seeing here? What was RG3 seeing on this play? Let's get his view, his perspective. So right there is the play. Peterson's blanketing him. And it looks like Patrick Peterson runs the route better than who is this? Ridley. And he just jumps in front of him, completely boxes him out, and the ball is thrown right to him instead of right to Ridley. Wow, what a drive killer that was for the Commanders. And now Adrian Peterson looking to seal it with a big-time run. He's got 142. What a turn of events. He had like, what, 70-something before that touchdown run? His numbers are a little bit inflated, but I'll take it because this is just adding to the record that he has now, which probably will never be broken unless it's broken by me with another running back or with Peterson again. But it's going to be tough to do. 2nd down and 10. I kind of want to just take this to the 2-minute warning. You know what? That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take this to the 2-minute warning. We're not going to waste a down when we're trying to run as much clock out as possible. And we're in field goal range, so Vinatieri can knock this down very easily and make it a touchdown game. But I don't want to make it a touchdown game. I want to make it a 2-possession game and completely ice it. That's what I want to do. Good block at the 2nd level. Peterson gets... thought I got the first down. 3rd and inches. They use their first timeout. We could very easily go... You know what? I'm going to do that. We could very easily go juice special here, QB sneak. And I think we will do that. It's kind of unnecessary, But I want to get the first down guaranteed. Make sure they use a timeout. There it is. Timeout called. There we go. I just wanted to make sure that we get the first down. You never know with an actual run play. Maybe they break through on a cheesy block shed and they get a tackle for loss or something. That could very easily happen, so I didn't want that to happen. But Peterson, another huge carry. Great blocking down the stretch here. This has been crazy blocking by the offensive line and by the receivers. From the 7, it's 1st and goal. No more timeouts for the Commanders. Peterson tries something, gets to the 5. 167 yards on the ground for Adrian Peterson. Another fantastic day. He is our workhorse running back, but he will get shut down for a loss on that one. From the 6, we could try to go Julio here. I think I'm going to send Gronk on an in instead of an out. Gronk could be open here. Gronkowski, touchdown, game over. Cowboys are going to win. Wow, this one had me on the edge of my seat for a little bit there. Game over. And instead of us being down 10, it's the Commanders down 11. We completely flipped the script. Flip? What a fourth quarter. What an absolute fourth quarter. We came into the fourth quarter, what, were we down a field goal? It was 24-20, was it 24-21? I don't remember exactly what it was. Whatever it was, that 3 and out that we forced on the Commanders earlier was absolutely crucial, because then we go in and we score on that one. Then we pick off RG3. Score again. Oh, that was a good throw. A little risky throw, but it was a good throw. They have no timeouts, so they got to run this ball. Run up to the line of scrimmage. That's going to be another good throw. Brought down Calvin Ridley. They got to keep moving. They don't have time. They're down 11. They need 2 scores. That's going to be caught. It's CJ. Big hit. They're not going to have any time. They're going to be able to get 1 play off at the most. RG3 almost got sacked there. Final play of the game. Just let him run out of bounds. The Cowboys are going to come back and win this game. Could you say this game was stolen by us? Yeah, very, very easily you could say that. We stole this game. 20 for 23, 203 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no picks. That's what, 2 or 3 games in a row with no interceptions? I'm starting to heat up with Patrick Mahomes. I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. 23 attempts, 167 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Adrian Peterson. His numbers are a little bit inflated because he had that huge, 50-yard run or 40-yard run, whatever it was. Calvin Johnson had 5 catches for 54 yards. Adrian Peterson had 5 for 49. Julio had 5 for 58 and 2 touchdowns. And Gronk had 4 for 28 and a touchdown. That touchdown doesn't really count necessarily because it was just the icing on the cake. Tackle leader, Troy Polamalu, Patrick Willis, and Earl Thomas, really good. No sacks on RG3, but 2 interceptions, two big well, that was at the end of the half. That was the final play on the half on the Hail Mary that Earl Thomas picked him off, so it doesn't really count that much. But this one was a massive one with the interception by Patrick Peterson. Vinatieri did good as well, and then we get to the kick return, which I thought that it was going to be game over when Deshaun Jackson fumbled that. Oh, man, that was crazy. And then when Julio fumbled, we got seriously lucky on this one. I will say that. I will admit to that. We won, we're 16-1, and we've got a bye headed into the divisional, so I'm happy. Okay, before we simulate the playoff wildcard game and go to our next game, next episode, I want to take a look at the stats and all that kind of stuff because we love to see it. So, Patrick Mahomes on the season, 3,800 yards, 38 touchdowns, and 27 interceptions. Not a good stat. I'll get better. I'll try to get better for next season. But he had a really good year. And Adrian Peterson, speaking of really good years, this is your MVP. Forget any quarterback stat. This is your MVP. 456 attempts, 2,375 yards, and 23 touchdowns. I don't think that beats the all-time record for touchdowns, but he has the record by a mile for rushing yards in a season. That's your MVP right there. Mahomes also had 2 rushing touchdowns. I think both of them are QB sneaks. Michael Vick had 4 carries for 17 yards. Catching, no 1,000-yard receivers, but Calvin Johnson had 54 catches for 969 yards and 13 touchdowns. Julio was right there with him, 54 catches as well, 922 and 13 touchdowns. Gronk had 712 and 7 touchdowns. Deshaun Jackson had a touchdown. Edelman had a touchdown. Antonio Gates had 4 when he was filling in for Gronkowski for that month stretch where Gronkowski got hurt. I think he tore his labrum. Then we go to who gave up the most sacks. Brian Bulaga gave up the most sacks in 17 games. But Roger Saffold in 17 games didn't give up a single sack, so that's awesome. Good for him. And Jason Peters only gave up 1. Sucks that we probably have to trade him. Tackle leaders, not as many tackles as I would have thought. 86 for Patrick Willis, 82 for Polamalu, 81 for Ray Lewis. The guys that you would expect to be up to the top are at the top. Tackle for loss, Aaron Donald had 24, Ray Lewis had 11, as you would expect. Sack leaders, Aaron Donald led with 10.5. Robert Quinn had 4.5. Lewis had 2. Sue and Dietrich Wise also had 2. Willis, Suggs, and Hayden had 1. Interception leaders, Darrelle Revis had 12. Insane season from Darrelle Revis. You can't throw on Revis Island, baby. 11 for Peterson, 7 for Jimmy Smith, 6 for Joe Hayden, and then a couple guys had 2. A couple linebackers, Lewis and Willis. Thomas had 2. Polamalu and McLeod had 1. Deflections, 9 for Darrelle Revis. Forced fumbles, Patrick Willis had 4 with 3 recoveries. Polamalu had 4 with no recoveries. Thomas and Donald both had 3. Thomas had 1 recovery. Donald had 4. Very interesting. 3 recoveries for Ray Lewis, 2 for Ndamukong Suh, 1 for Robert Quinn. Very, very interesting, the kind of numbers we got here. We didn't block any kicks, I don't think. No. We had no safeties, but we did have a few touchdowns. Patrick Willis had a touchdown. I'm assuming that's a forced or a fumble recovery. This is probably a pick 6. That is, in fact, a pick 6, I think. That's a pick 6, and this one is a... Is that a pick 6? No, that can't be a pick 6. I don't remember what that one was. Probably a fumble recovery as well. But 4 defensive touchdowns. Very awesome from the defense. And I told you, we needed the defense to step up in that fourth quarter, and they did exactly that. Got to be proud of them. Vinatieri went 20 for 21 on field goals. 95 field goal percentage. He had a 60-yarder as his longest. Had none of them blocked. 67 for 69. Nice. That's good for 97%. None of them were blocked. I just happened to miss a couple because I'm bad. Punting, we didn't punt because we don't punt the football on this channel. Deshaun Jackson had 1,300 yards on the kick return game and 1 touchdown. I remember that touchdown. That's crazy. And it was an 87-yarder. And he did have a fumble in that final game. At least 1. I don't remember if he had any more. And then the punt return game, not really much here. 10 punts. 118 yards, nothing crazy by that. So that's your stats for the Cowboys this season. We had the 25th ranked offense in the league. What's our defense? The first ranked defense in the National Football League. That's awesome. Absolutely amazing. And what do you know? Andrew Luck is going to win the MVP most likely. And Adrian Peterson, not even in the conversation. Not even in the conversation. After breaking the rushing record and having 2,300 yards and 23 touchdowns. How do you not give him the MVP? How? I guess because Andrew Luck put up 5,500 yards? Whoop-de-doo. I broke a record too. So, passing touchdowns. Man, Trevor Lawrence had a fantastic season. 5,000 yards and 51 touchdowns. Rushing yards in a season, there it is. Adrian Peterson, 2,375, a stat that I'm assuming is going to stay for a while unless I can have a crazy season again next year. Rushing touchdowns, he jumps up into, what is this, 5th? 1st, 2nd, 3rd, tied for 1st, 3rd, 4th. Yeah, so 5th, tied for 5th is Derrick Henry on the Steelers and Adrian Peterson for us with 23 touchdowns. So got close, but didn't get it. Did not get it. And we will head to the divisional. Let's simulate right there. Finish this up. And that'll be the episode. What a wild ending. We really held out. And we will play the Commanders. No! Oh, the worst case scenario. They beat, I'm assuming, the Panthers? Who'd they beat? No, they beat the Falcons. They played the Falcons, beat them by a field goal. And that is who we will play in the divisional next episode. You gotta be kidding me, man. We just barely escaped with a victory against them in the final week of the season. Now we have to go right back to them and play them again. And this time for the playoffs, like one game and it's over. Unbelievable. But that's for the next episode. Do not miss out on it. It's going to be another crazy one, I'm assuming, judging by how this game went this episode. So if you guys enjoyed, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.